Good morning, everybody, and good evening over there in Berlin. Today I have Aykut here with Ayzeo. And without further ado, we'd love if you can introduce your company and what you do.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Andy. Briefly, Ayzeo is a new platform which optimizes websites for not only traditional search engines like we know from Bing or Google, but also for the AI era, which means like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity. And we help you to be cited in the responses the AI platforms give to the users on certain queries related to your product or to your topic of your product or your brand. So we make sure that you are going to be seen and not your competitors or different brands. Yeah. So we try to put you on advantage. And Ayzeo is a platform actually which helps you with all this stuff around like the technical SEO stuff, but also the content generation and the prompt tracking about the citation. And so we have like a full-fledged suite.
Nice. One-stop shop to show up in LLMs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess what led you to start this company and build this platform?
Yeah, so we actually started last year with a different approach. It is Fyrma. Fyrma started as an AI agent, a personal assistant AI agent, which is like interconnected to your other tools such as Calendar and Google Mail. And I mean, we know that everybody is doing something with AI agents nowadays, and it's such a crowded space. And we actually learned pretty much early that it doesn't make sense to follow this path. And we did a pivot. So we became more like AI engineer experts, like consultancy and implementation firm. And while we were implementing solutions on our customer side, they were asking us, hey, Aykut, what do I have to do to be cited in ChatGPT for this certain query? And more customers were aware that like more traffic is coming from AI chatbots. So they ask, what do they have to adjust on the web page, which content they have to generate. And then it struck into our mind, hey, we have to build a product for that. Yeah. And this is like how Ayzeo was born, actually. So it's like a full need of customers. And we have initially built a scanner to just check technically what the page is about and then like enhance the tool more and more. And this is how Ayzeo was born, and it's like right now serving customers to help get them cited.
It's great that you guys did that. A lot of times, I've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs over the year, and I've been one myself too. And one thing I've learned is that a lot of times your customers will kind of direct you in the to the place you need to go with your product, right? So if you keep hearing your customers coming up with the same requests or same questions, usually can lead you to something that's lead you in the direction of building a very compelling product that actually solves a real problem that they're having.
Yeah, exactly. Customer exposure is like gold. If you are an entrepreneur, you have to like chase the customers and get a feeling about what they need, actually, as you say.
And they're like, yeah, a lot of them just don't want another agentic AI tool. There's like a billion of those, like you said, but everybody wants to show up in these LLMs now.
Exactly. Unfortunately, they didn't want our AI agent, but now they want, luckily, Ayzeo. Yeah.
That led you in the right direction. So here we are. So the title of this webinar is about the future of SEO being GEO. What does that mean exactly in your mind?
Yeah, so just like also for the audience, everybody knows SEO, search engine optimization, and GEO is a new term. It's also hard to Google it in the beginning because GEO was like with a different meaning, the magazines and so on. So it's generative engine optimization. So you are optimizing actually the content, so it's getting cited in chatbots, and GEO ensures that your website is discoverable by AI models and also understandable. So it's not about only to show up in a result. It's more about also to have the content in place that it gets understood. Kind of a good example is Apple. Yeah, Apple could be an apple to eat, or Apple could be the well-known brand. Yeah, and with GEO, you are also like influencing the understanding of the AI chatbots, and that's what GEO is also about. Yeah, so it's kind of an evolution of SEO.
And we're not talking about geography too. Yeah, so
Exactly.
that people see geo and they think geography for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the new term, people. Geo is the new SEO, so get used to that term, I guess. um, so could you maybe explain how Gen AI is evolving how search works, especially for SaaS businesses?
Yeah, sure. So if you previously were about to make a comparison between like different SaaS tools, you were like heading to Google and were like, hey, Ayzeo versus blah, 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 another competitor. And we're looking at the pages and seeing the results, clicking links, trying to understand what the link content was about. And now with Gen AI, like ChatGPT or Gemini, you have more conversational answers. So you don't have these links anymore. Yeah, ChatGPT is giving you the answer already about why Ayzeo, for example, is from advantage. Yeah. And for SaaS businesses, so your product needs to be understood and also recommended by AI, not just found. And if you're not optimizing for AI in that particular manner, you are really risking that you are being left out of the conversation at all. So people will not ask further questions about the product or the feature, because once you have a result in ChatGPT or Perplexity, you're not going to ask, "Hey, search again." Yeah, you are kind of fulfilled with the answer they give, because they already have like 5 competitors in the comparison, maybe in the message. And if you are already not in place there, you won't be in place later as well. Yeah.
Yep. And what general tips do you have for helping businesses appear in Gen AI search results on like ChatGPT or Gemini? It sounds like question-based content works, like FAQs, for instance. Any other tips that you would have in terms of how you structure your data and content?
Yeah, of course. As you have mentioned, like it's kind of multimodal pages.
Yep.
Yeah. You have to have high quality content, which means also it gives answers. It tells just more than just keywords. As you know, previously, you just drop a keyword and add a little bit blah blah marketing below the text into it. And now this has changed. So the AI is going to read it, so it has to be readable. Yeah, which means you have to follow the right tags in HTML, for example, very technical. But also it has to be understood from a semantical manner. And this is why you do like these question and answers. It's kind of how you also train an AI. It's always like, this is the question, I expect you to give this answer. That's why this content is performing way better than just static knowledge pages. And also, if you have comparison tables in the page or the blog post, for example, where you have a table with like check marks, yes, included, not included, better here and this, better there, it helps the AI to put you into kind of an advantage position against your competitors in that answer. Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely not like long form blog content. It's good to like really structure it with clear titles, maybe bullet points as well, tables that clearly delineate the difference and options within that table set.
Exactly. If you make it too long, consider something to several pages long.
Yep.
And this is
AI is
not
like
good.
humans; it doesn't want to read it all.
Yeah, because it can't, right? I mean,
People feel bite sized.
you have limited context windows in the AI, so you can't just put everything into it and it will understand it. So there is a limited amount of data the AI is able to understand. And if you are asking ChatGPT a certain query, and if it's a complex query, ChatGPT is going to visit several pages based on the search results. Yeah. And here, interesting fact, maybe not everybody knows, ChatGPT is using Bing, for example, as a search engine. But all these results the AI chatbot gets is put into this context window, the AI, which is limited. And if you are able to kind of being precise and brief when it comes to your content and not bloating it, you will most likely used as an answer rather than to having a bloated article which is kind of not precise enough. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so AI is even like humans. It doesn't want to read all that stuff. It wants to just get to the point.
Yeah, exactly. It's even not capable, right?
It's already learning our bad habits.
Yeah,
Um,
unfortunately.
uh, so Ayzeo, how do you guys help businesses? Like, how does your platform work specifically? Are you guys like running a bunch of queries and to see like if like you're showing up for certain keywords? Like, can you maybe explain the process for how your platform works so people better understand it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty straightforward. So first, what we do, you set up a project, it's your domain, your website actually, and then we do a technical analysis of your website. Like, did you have taken care of the traditional SEO tasks you should do? And also we look at the content you have on your page, if it's on high quality, does it put you apart from others, as well as is it unique? Yeah, so is there something unique on your website or not? If it's like a generic website about maybe New York City, explaining what this city is about, just facts, then it's most likely Wikipedia which gets cited, right?
Mhm.
But if you have something really unique, it's a special tip for hyperlocal queries, then
Hottest
you're,
Chinese food in town.
yeah, exactly, right? And then you're, of course, more likely to be cited. Yeah. And so what we do is, like, in the first step, to analyze the website, the content on it, and already give you kind of a readiness score, yeah, from 0 to 100, and tell you actually what is wrong with your website, and telling you also how to fix it. So we generate the fixtures already for you.
Yep.
So you just have to copy paste them. And on the second step,
It's
once you
too
set up,
easy.
yeah, it's too easy. That's why we built it. We are lazy as well, so we needed something which works for us. Yeah.
There's an easy button for this.
There is an easy button for this, exactly. And on the next phase, we generate prompts, which are based on your brand and product, where you actually want to be cited if a user asks this query in ChatGPT, for example. Yeah. Let's give it an example. NachoNacho. If somebody asks what is the best SaaS marketplace, yeah, you want to have NachoNacho being mentioned.
Yep.
And this is what we offer you in the setup. We pre-generate the prompts for you. And of course, you can adjust them and you save them for your product. And once you have saved them, we are going to check the citation rate of these prompts for you technically in the background. You can do this also manually to see if you are being cited or not, if you are important enough or not. And we offer you also content generation based on that to help you building content which you can maybe put on your blog or pay someone to post it on their blog, right? To make paid blog posts. And we track this and we tell you every month, hey, your citation rate has changed. Lucky you. It increased. You are doing a great job. Or even it decreased because a competitor got in front of you and did a way better job with content. So that's what we do with the tracking and analysis. And also, I mean, AI is advancing every day. It's horrible to keep up, really. Even as an expert, I just say expert because I'm not sure if I am one, but I'm working with it every day. And it's really hard to keep up to date. And that's what we implement into Ayzeo. So you don't have to take care about all the advancements, maybe with the latest AI overview from Google. They gave us a requirements sheet. You have to put this and this and this into it. What we do is we adapt it in Ayzeo, and you will see every month if you are doing good or not, and you have actions to take.
Yep. And a lot of people don't know that you could even ask ChatGPT, for instance, like, how did he get the, like, how can I show up in these search results? And I'll actually kind
Yeah,
of give some
right.
feedback on like how it does the citations and everything.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty new topic still for a lot of people. Also, if we have technical people here around in the audience, you can reverse engineer it actually in the web. ChatGPT, if you go to the developer console of Chrome, you can see the search queries ChatGPT is doing, actually. Really interesting. So,
Little known fact. So what kind of businesses are at most risk of being left out here? It sounds like people that have relied on like that long form content, maybe websites where like where it's more informational, where people might be able to get the information directly within ChatGPT or Gemini, so they don't have to actually click through to the website. Could you maybe explain a little bit more around what businesses are at risk, and maybe what can they do to, maintain relevance and keep that click-through rate high and keep people actually going to their website?
Yes. I mean, there is like a lot of at risk right now, especially websites dependent on advertisement on their web page. They are suffering. They started to suffer, like news websites or blogs, online magazines, content publishers who really rely on organic traffic and the resulting ad revenue. Because why? Of course, since people started, and if you look at Versa statistics, it's even from last year, Versa got like more than 10% of their signups now coming from AI chatbots rather than Google, right? There's a big shift happening right now. And I see myself as well, like more and more asking ChatGPT about the research rather than doing the research my own. Why should I? I mean, AI is like advancing a lot every day. But what does that mean? Less and less people are going to click on links on Bing and Google. Yeah. And also in the past, if you've been a website manager, you have seen a high churn rate, of course, because people clicked, they didn't see it, what they wanted to see, and they churned and went to the other page. But still, you were able to play out ads. And nowadays, you have less traffic because ChatGPT is giving the answer, and also you see it in Google's AI overview. You have your answer ready already. Only if you need more information, you are going to click. And so you have like a lot of businesses at risk here, which solely rely on high traffic. But there's an upside, which has to be seen. You will get less people, but you will have more people with high quality. So you won't have that much of churn for the website. But of course, you have also like all this travel and hospitality platforms, review aggregators, local service providers, and so on. They are all at risk. And it's one part to being cited. It's another part to get the user to click on the page and bring it to you. The great thing about SaaS products is it's now a timing where big SaaS products didn't adapt yet. So if you are a small company or don't have like this huge distribution as others have, doing like this small adjustments already helps you to get cited. For SaaS, it's great because you already have a prospect. So she is going to make a buying decision soon. So I see here actually also a good upside, especially if you are listed on big platforms such as NachoNacho or Capterra. This will help you a lot to get new customers on board. But there's a lot of things happening, especially in the traffic market right now. And only relying on traditional search will most likely kill the business.
So is traditional search dead, or is it something complementary that you think you should? It sounds like there's some complementary aspects to it. If you're structuring your site the right way, you'll show up better on SEO search results on, say, Google, but also for ChatGPT and these other LLMs.
So I mean, traditional SEO is not that. But it's evolving. Still, ranking in search matters. So if you are ranking high in search engine, it still matters. So you have to take care of that. You can't just focus on something like GEO because it's complementary, as you said. Like it's building up based on the foundation of SEO is GEO. And GEO is, of course, like a really more content topic, which is broad, where you try to bias the AI chatbot. And that's why it's complementary. You try to optimize for AI understandings and also the citation rate, right? Because what you also have to see is that AI chatbots are not searching like humans do. They are using way different keywords. They are still relying on Google and Bing, But if you use different keywords than human do, they see different results as well.
Mhm.
And what AI chatbots do as well is like they see the snippet, the description, and then they decide if they're going to visit the page or not. Even on that small part of information. So it's all complementary, and you still have to take care of SEO. But of course, nowadays you have to take care of GEO as well. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of traffic.
So what kind of snippet does it look at first? Maybe like the H1 tags for the and like the meta tags for the website, maybe the website description as well too, or
exactly. That's a lot of information. Everything you have out there, like structured JSON data for your website, even this open graph data for social sharing, which you have seen as preview in your chat tools. But also entity-based SEO, and if you think even more hyper-local, of course, more machine-readable data to give openings, for example, of your location or something like that.
Yep. So can you walk us through like a typical audit? Like what does it look like when you first start with a client to where you usually end up at?
Yeah, where they usually end up bad is actually unique.
Doing really well.
They're doing well. So we have the majority of customers having a higher, like a rate up to 80% or a little bit higher of the AI readiness score we have at Ayzeo. And what we are doing, of course, is like a technical health check. This is basically SEO check. But also, as mentioned, the content quality, the uniqueness of the content, the structured data, and also AI specific signals where we say this is something you should bias or try to convince the AI that your product stands out. This is what we check with Ayzeo. So it's you just enter the URL and it checks all this kind of stuff, plus of course the citation rate. And if it's a progress, right? You start at 80 maybe, and you want to get 100 on the technical side, but also for the citation rate, you have to do homework. You have to generate content. You have to place this content on different pages with a strong link authority as well. So it's not something where you can say, okay, I just do it and then it's finished. It's something you have to do continuously in an iterative process.
Yeah, and can you maybe share some of the results that you've had with some clients, like after they've been through like this whole audit process and the full implementation?
Yeah. So what we have seen already is like with the technical adjustments you do, the basic meta tags and structured data, you have also already in Google for SEO the better demonstration of your search results with like the sub pages and so on. This is pretty common. Like you have how it works, log in. These are just small gains already. But for GEO, we had already customer from 0% citation rate to come to 20% citation rate in 2 months. So it takes time.
Wow.
It's not something you can do immediately because your content has to propagate. Search engines has to become aware of it. It has to be like a strong authority. It takes time, but we help with generation of the content. So you get from us the content, it's 80% finished, and you just do the polishing. You decide with us together where you are going to place it, which makes sense, maybe industry-specific pages. And then we are going to track this, and we see then the outcomes. But this is something, as said, it takes more time than just a technical fix, because the technical fix is easy. It can be done immediately by the team. The other one is like the content propagation. This takes a little bit more time. But we're seeing results. This is great.
Nice. Yeah, nothing good comes easy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's easy, everybody could do it.
Exactly. Yeah, be patient. Same with SEO too, right? Like SEO takes time. So expect the same from a GEO perspective.
Exactly. Yeah, it never changed.
Yeah, just slightly different. But so backlinks aren't as important anymore, right? So I guess what are some other signals that ChatGPT and these Gen AI platforms look for? Like, is there like specific directories or other signals that they look for to determine, what is good content to reference? We mentioned, the way the websites are structured, but is there specific sources maybe that they look for that acts in lieu of the replacement for backlinks?
Yes, for sure. Like chatbots are combining information. It's not like that they visit just one page and it's fine. Like they're doing literally a research like we humans did or do still, visiting pages, having a look at it. And also what they like is third-party directories where they get consistent, clear authoritative signals such as Capterra or NachoNacho for SaaS. And what they are also looking at is, of course, structured data, if it's already relevant or not. Let's come back to the Apple topic again, as mentioned. Like if you search for Apple, and LLM is going to understand if the user wants the apple to eat or the apple to buy as an iPhone, for example, you have to have the structured data on your website telling it's a brand and not something to eat, right? And AI is also looking at this structured data to understand what the content is about. So if you rank high for Apple, but you are not the product the user is searching for, you are not getting decided. And for this, that's what I meant. Like it's combining information that visits the web page, it understands the context, and is putting all together at the end.
Yep. And from what I've seen too, from like an external site perspective, I've seen a lot of references to like Reddit and Medium. Does a ChatGPT like cite also social media and forum sources as well? Is that a good place that you want your brand to show up in?
Yeah, Reddit especially really strong in that case. Of course, Reddit has like a lot of ask Reddit threads and so on where people ask these questions you see nowadays in prompts, right?
Yep.
And that's why they have like also from SEO perspective, if you enter the same question to Google, you will get a Reddit post.
Yep.
That's how it works, and it makes sense as a brand also to be present in Reddit and post the content you have generated there as well as an answer to a query in Ask Reddit, for example. So they are looking at it if it's not too specific. So Reddit is a really broad topic sometimes with general answers. But if you got more into a niche, more specific, you are most likely being cited on different pages then.
That's good insights there. So where do you see the intersection of AI? Maybe there's a lot of agentic voice tools coming out and hyperlocal SEO. Like how can people tie this whole AI strategy together to be effective over the next few years with their marketing?
Yeah, so I have built this personal AI assistant before, and I was already controlling it via voice. So I think also with like advancements in hardware, you can say, "Hey, ChatGPT, where can I find the next bakery?" for example, right? There will be much more. And to be hyper locally relevant, you have to take care really of structured data, which means you put in your location, you put in your opening hours, even your offerings, because that's something the AI is going to read. And if you have a local business not having this data on your web page, you are most likely to be ignored, because the answer ChatGPT will generate will not be sufficient. Imagine you have the best cake in town. It is known everywhere, but you can't like specify your opening hours. You are not going to really recommend it because the user is going to ask, is it open right now? And ChatGPT will answer, no, I don't know, maybe, yes. Have a look, go yourself, drive 1 hour to see it. So even if you go to hyperlocal, it's even more important right now. And if you see the advancements with all the assistants, so we are going to do less manually, less research manually, even not opening Google Maps. I mean, I can say, hey, I'm in Lower Manhattan right now, where I can have breakfast. I'm in this street. Give me the next point where I can get maybe a croissant or something like that. And if you have polished your website in that manner, you are really nearly 100% sure that you are going to be cited, not the bakery, which don't even have a website.
Yeah, that's good points there. I guess what's next for Ayzeo? What are you guys working on next, and where do you see the company in the next few years?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we are the place to be for SEO and GEO soon. So in 5 years, we want to power all the websites who take care about AI visibility. Hopefully, millions of businesses. Yeah, as an entrepreneur, that's my hope.
Sounds like you guys got a great product, so who doesn't want it?
Yes, thank you. And yeah, we want to become kind of a standard, right? I mean, we all know the big players for SEO in the past, like SEMrush and so on. Well-known brands, you know the name and you know the product, and that's where we want to get. What we are integrating right now in SEO, and soon we'll be releasing more integrations into platforms. As said, we have like WordPress integrations where you don't have to be a technical person to implement all the fixtures, so it's doing the job for you. So we will do something for Wix.com, also Webflow and so on. So to integrate more and more into different platforms. And what we are also working on right now is kind of bigger project management for bigger companies. We had already requests from customers, hey, I need to handle more projects, like 30 projects. I need to have user management with rights. These are also upcoming soon. And of course, we want to more and more add more chatbots to our system.
Very cool. A lot of exciting things going on over there. So where can people learn more about your company and pick up your services today?
Yeah, just visit Ayzeo.com, and it's self-explanatory, but if you need help, please feel free to reach out to me via LinkedIn or via the address you see on the webpage. I'm happy to help. I can also give a demo. And yeah, have a look around. We have a free scanner already, so you don't have to sign up. You see the results, how good you do. So check your website. And if you have stuff to do, we are here to help.
Excellent. Well, we're also a proud partner of you guys as well. You could grab it today in the NachoNacho B2B SaaS and AI marketplace. And then what's your website domain again for anybody that's listening?
Ayzeo.com, Ayzeo.com.
Amazing. Well, Aykut, I think you have a great product. Excited to learn more
Thank
about
you.
GEO today. Thanks for coming on. And I look forward to meeting you in New York City when you come out to our event on September 9th.
Yes, see you in 3 weeks. And thank you for the time and having me. Really
Likewise.
appreciate it.
You too, bud.